Hi ladies, it's Melody. I got an extra burst of energy and I decided to start to work on the cover for my black and white single signature rose kit journal. I said that kind of backwards, but the people that have joined the event know what I'm talking about. So I thought, if I'm going to do it, why not get it on video, because it's a technique that I've shown before, but not recently, and I thought maybe you'd want to watch. So this is a 10 by 13 manila envelope, white. So it's an extra large. It's a not. There's actually a larger one than this. I have those two, but this is the larger than the 9 by 12. And so my pages are going to be shorter, but I will probably sew some lace along the bottom or put an extension at the top, something to make it fit and look right, because this is the one that I wanted to use. So I have the white here, and then what I've done is I have Michael Aaron Piano Course Grade 4, and this is a copyright of 1946. And so it is vintage. So I'm taking something that looks very modern when you see the roses and everything, and I'm going to give it a bit of a feel. And then one of the songs in here is The Butterfly, which is something that I love, butterflies. And so I thought I could incorporate that onto the cover. So what I'm going to do is, and the ink is been a bit of a hassle. I probably shouldn't have grabbed the ink that I did, but it just is what it is. I grabbed this acid-free Imprints pigment stamp pad, and thank goodness I'm not actually stamping with it, because it's making quite the mess, and I might end up throwing it away. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to use it, but not for stamping, that's for sure, because look at the mess it's made just on the edges of these. But I wanted them to be darker so that I could see the torn pages against each other, and so that would give it depth. But I'm not sure how this is going to work. I probably am going to end up with gray instead of black and white, but like I said, just is what it is. Now I can do this and let it hang off of the paper there, and I'll just trim it off. So if you see me do that, that's why. I'm not going to try to get it exactly. This is the product that is my favorite. Designs by Tracy Bausta. Collage, Page, Instant. Actually, this may not be my favorite. I do this every time. Whatever's on the table, I think is it my favorite, but this one's my second favorite. And so, but I'm going to put a layer down on here and put that upside down, and that way I can attach the music pages as I do them. I don't want to get anything on this stamp thing underneath here, because it's not meant to have this kind of stuff on it. Okay, so there's a light layer like that, right? Now what I want to do is start to, and I'm not going to go over the spine a lot. I'm going to go up to it, and then I'll overlay it like once. I have some really big pieces, but that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted it chunky. Does that make sense? So then I could have smaller pieces overlap. So when I do overlap, though, I am going to need to get some of this out. And get that underneath there so there's not a pocket of dry. Okay, so, and then let's see what we can do with this. Now sometimes I use paint brushes, sometimes I use foam brushes, and sometimes, I don't see my tweezers. Sometimes I switch back and forth if I need to. There, now that's at the edge, and I can just cut off the edge. Okay, so we want to make sure everything sticks down really well. You don't want anything to come back up, although there will be another layer on top of here to make sure that it adheres well. And I normally prefer matte, but glossy is what was on the table, and so glossy is what I'm going to use. Now, I think I'm ready for this, which, let's do it like that. What do you think? Right there in the center. Make that our center point of focal point. I'm sorry, I'm not being able to think properly. Let's do this, but I hate to tear it. But I'm going to have to. Nah, I'll just do this. I don't want to tear it. I'll cut it off the edge. If I tear it, then I lose the black, and then I can't use it in the direction that I wanted, if you're wondering why I was stressing about it. And the cool thing is that when I get done with this, I can darken the edges, you know, all the way around it, put black on there. See, I don't want to cover up the writing there. I kind of liked that. Alrighty, so what do we have here? Nope, I don't want that one. Well, let's do that. And then we'll just cut it off. I almost grabbed that glue there, glued that sucker in there good, huh? Alrighty, so there's the basically the front page, and like or front of the cover, and basically like what I said is that I will cut all that off around the edge. And last time I did this technique, it was for our very first in Newbies single journal trade swap, and I did it on a book that I ended up putting, I think, fabric on the inside. I'm not sure, it might have been cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to go over this with this dry brush just to try to get some of those lines out that I'm not usually a fan of. Get this real nice, and the edges real nice and saturated. Okay, so I like the looks of that. I can deal with that. Sometimes I'll do this if it's something that I like a swirl in, but this one, I actually just wanted this and I messed it all up. Sorry. Okay, so let's switch over here and get this side finished. And then I will let it dry and show you guys probably tomorrow. But I figure I just printed out all my pages and I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do to decorate them. And I thought, you know what? I got to get a cover started. So I looked around and I decided, instead of a book, that I wanted to I wanted it to have the music notes on it. So to have the music notes, I decided to do a soft cover. Now, sorry guys. Now this will have a stiffer cardstock, or well, cardstock or two cardstock inside of this, and that will give it stability. And it won't feel like it's just a simple envelope. It will feel like a cover. Okay, so there's that. I hope that I'm not making too much of a mess, but that's the nature of crafting a lot of times, is messy, huh? Okay, so get some that are going sideways. Now, when I was younger, I don't know why either, honestly, but in my 20s, I only liked black and white. That's all I would wear. My bedroom was decorated in black and white. It was decorated in piano notes, and the only color in it was a pop of red, like a red rose or something like that. And I was like that for years, and then finally I let myself enjoy color more, wear colors and stuff more. But so doing this kind of takes me back to the old days for me. I loved that bedroom. I had a white lacquer waterbed with a case cabinet in the top, And then setting on that, I had a little tiny piano and some other knicky-knack things. And then on the wall, I had a poster. And remember, this is my 20s, guys. I had a poster of a piano with a red rose on it. And very, very, well, let's see. 20s for me was 85. So yeah, very 80s. Black lacquer was my dressers to match the white lacquer bed because I didn't want it to be too matchy-matchy. So I worked on that. I had such a good time getting that bedroom just the way I wanted it. Okay, a little bit more and we're almost done. And then we'll let it dry, and I'll come back another time and show you guys, and I'll get the pages, figure out what I'm going to do with them. I'm probably going to be honest, I'll probably use some more of this music paper to accent the inside, embellish the inside. I could do paper clip embellishments with it, or I don't know. You know how it is. We can do anything. Pockets, tucks. But so I think what I've decided, because I've been watching the feed in the comments, or watching the feed in the chat that I started, and you guys are coming up with such great ideas. You got me completely inspired to go ahead and get this sucker started. And then I was down here and I looked in the cupboard for a book, and I seen the music book, and I thought, that's it. I'm going to do music. It's music. My name is Melody, and I've always been associated with music. I love music. And so there we go. Okay. Melodies. One signature, soft cover, black and white, rose, journal, single signature. This cover is decoupaged. Oh, we got a corner over here. Yay. Glad I seen it before I got completely done. Come on, let go, let go. Right here. It is not completely... Okay. So, I'm going to be honest. If you guys judge my desk, I completely understand. But I hope that there's enough of you out there that have messy desks and work in chaos, because that's just the way my brain works. I do not like to get up and go find things. So, a lot of times, everything I would need is on that table. And that's why I have so many different workspaces, so that I don't have to put things away. And so, but sometimes I never get back to, like, putting, like this I used in a project, and I probably should roll it up and put it away. But I might just grab it and use it on the next thing, and if it's not there, I won't see it. So, out of sight, out of mind for me, ladies. That's for sure. Okay, so here's our inside. It's a messy thing, but it's going to get covered up. And here is our cover. And the cool thing that I'm really excited about is the butterfly right there. The fact that I found that butterfly page song. Feels meant to be. Anyone who knows me well knows the story about me and butterflies. And if you don't know it and you ever want to know it, you could always ask me. But I won't just bore everyone with it. There we go. What do you think? I think that it's going to be great. So when it gets done and dried, I'll cut off that edge, and then I'll darken it, and then maybe I'll put black on the inside. That would look nice. Put a black in there, figure out something. But remember, I remember now. I put upholstery fabric on the front of that journal that I had done, and then I decoupaged the inside with dictionary pages. And I think the video is in our videos, if you're curious about that. And then I don't remember who my swap partner is. Honestly, I don't think that she's even still in here, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that one was fun to make. And so that's what kind of gave me the idea to go ahead and do that again. And now I'm just finding little spots that are either bubbly or have too much line. I don't know. I guess, everyone knows the lines just if they're too drastic, it takes away from it. And plus there's a few black spots from that ink. But, I don't think it ruined it completely, obviously. I think that it smudged it, and that might just add to it. sometimes, you know, things happen for a reason and mistakes turn into art. That happens more times than we could ever imagine. So this piece affords splendid practice for the left-handed graceful manner at the right level, at a rather lively tempo. Yep, this is going to be a fun cover. And I'll make a big dangle. Won't that be awesome? Oh, you can already see it. Do you guys do that when you start a project? You can already see it. If you don't, you will. You watch. It'll happen that way. I'm just going to go ahead and use this because it's close. This is my quick dry adhesive, and I use it on everything, but it's actually the best thing it is to work for is putting fabric and gems on my paper. But like I said, if something's here, I use it. And I don't want to dump a bunch of that out on my table to get some more. Okay, so anything else I can glue down as we go. But that's it. I'm going to let you go, and we'll come back. So I'm going to call this one, this video is going to be part 1. And then however many I make through the course of making this journal will be that number. And I'll put them in that event and in the video section. Bye, guys.